All right, people. So we're gonna be doing a rating slash ranking system on what is the most difficult body part to illustrate, to sketch, to draw as an artist. So S tier is the most difficult, and D tier is the easiest. All right. So without further ado, let's dive into this. All right, so let's start off with a few of these right here. So this one here is drawing from a side view. So drawing from a profile view, in my opinion, I don't think it is as difficult, honestly. Drawing from a side view. In fact, for some people, it's actually easier because you don't have to deal with symmetry from drawing two eyes, right? Making sure they're aligned properly. So I'm gonna put drawing from a side view. I should put that on. I'll put it on C tier. I'll put it on C tier, and mind you, I might rearrange them as we move forward with all of them. So we'll see. Nothing is concrete yet. All right. So the second one I'm looking at is drawing nose. Drawing nose. Now, I'll say drawing nose can be difficult depending on the perspective, but for the most part, I don't really hear a lot of people complain, like artists, especially myself. I don't really hear a lot of people complain about drawing noses. It's the hardest part. Maybe if you're trying to draw females, because their noses are softer than men. But I will have to put that in. Honestly, I might even put that in D tier for now. Okay, so now this one here is drawn from an upwards angle. Now this is definitely tough. Even to this day, I struggle with drawing from an upwards angle. That top view and having the nose go up and have the eyes pretty much in that perspective, that is pretty tough to illustrate. So I'll put it for now, put it in A tier. Because yeah, drawing from an upwards view is pretty hard. Okay, now let's move on. Drawing hair. Now, funny enough, drawing hair is difficult as a beginner for artists, but then once you understand volume, how to just put the hair in the structure and then just add lights and shadows, then it gets a little bit easier. But people still struggle with hair, so I will put hair maybe A tier, but for now I'll put it in B tier because it's difficult for certain people. Once you get it, it's not that hard. All right, so speaking of hair, drawing females. I'm not gonna lie to you, as a male artist, it took me some time to learn how to draw women. So let's face it, in the beginning, I would draw a person that looks like a guy with long hair and thick lips. It took me a while to learn how to soften up the jawline and to create the attractiveness of a woman. Now, of course, female artists, they don't have a problem with that, but for male artists, they do. So I'll put drawing women, I'll put it on B tier. I'll put it on B tier. It is difficult, but it's not like excruciatingly difficult. It's not like, oh my goodness, it's so hard. All right, so let's move on. Drawing lips. Lips can be challenging. Lips can definitely be challenging. Will I put it up on S tier or A tier of drawing lips? Especially if you were talking about drawing like mouth expressions. That's not something a lot of people are really good at. Especially with lips and mouth expressions. Oh man. I will put that. I'll put it in B tier. I'll actually put it in front of drawing women just because not a lot of people are good at drawing mouth expressions. Right? Let's move on. Speaking of mouth expressions, now we're going to put down face expressions. Drawing face expressions. Oh man, yeah, face expression is difficult for a lot of people. I talked about this in my previous video of reacting to PewDiePie's drawing on the sketchbook, how it took him 100 days. I progressed and I gave my critique on that. And in that video, I talked about when you draw an anime style, it makes it a whole lot easier because anime is all about like different face expressions, right? So that transition will help you in terms of like branching out of anime into your own style. So face expressions wouldn't be that hard for people who draw anime. However, even if you don't draw anime, let's say comic book art and that type of stuff, people do struggle with face expressions. I'll put it in B tier. I don't think it's a struggle to the point where it's like, oh my god, it's like impossible. But at the same time, it is definitely still a struggle. I'm gonna put it behind drawing women. All right. So, okay, now we get into something a little bit difficult. Actually, pretty difficult, which is drawing from head to toe, full figure, body proportion from head to toe. I'm gonna put that in S tier for now because yeah, drawing from head to toe is definitely difficult. Let me actually make this smaller so it could fit. Yeah, I did this all on Photoshop, so I actually put all this and designed this on Photoshop. I'll put it on S tier because yeah, head to toe is difficult. All right, so drawing feet, man, drawing feet, yeah, feet is definitely difficult. But the good news about drawing feet is that for the most part, people don't really draw feet. I mean, you could get away without drawing feet. Hands, you can't really get away with. You can't get away from drawing hands, but drawing feet, you can always crop the lower limb of the legs, you know, the second half of the legs, the bottom half, I should say. And you could get away with the person wearing shoes, so you can mask the imperfections of drawing feet. I'll put it in B tier. I'll say people do struggle with drawing feet, but it's not to the point where it's like impossible. All right, drawing ears. Drawing ears. I hear you. I'm gonna put ears, honestly, I'll put it in, for now, I'll put it in C tier. I don't really think people struggle that hard drawing ears. In fact, I'll put it in D tier. I'll put it actually lower down than nose. I think it's pretty easy. I don't think a lot of people struggle with drawing ears. I don't think that's a problem with a lot of people. All right, so now we're with the infamous hands. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I'm one of those people that struggle drawing with hands to this day. I know it's pretty much down the middle. It's either people are really good at drawing hands or they absolutely suck at drawing hands. I'm on that second tier, which is I suck at drawing hands. And that being said, it will have to be, I'm gonna still put it in A tier only because even if you're good at drawing hands, you also gotta draw it in a foreshortening perspective sometimes, and that right there, like drawing Spider-Man when he has the poses where it's like this type of pose, you know, and I'll flip it to this screen, like this type of pose, you know, like stuff like this, the foreshortening and all of this type of stuff. This is hard to illustrate, so this is the main reason why I put it in A tier. All right, so moving on. And if you like what you're seeing so far, make sure you guys like the video, share the video, and subscribe. That's really helps out with this channel because I'm trying to hoist this channel onto the algorithm. That's right, not hoist. All right, with the hoist. Hota. All right, so let's move on. So drawing from a downward view. Yeah, this is tough. This one is definitely tough. It's definitely not C tier to draw from a downward view. That is definitely tough. Just like with the upward view, I will have to put it. I will put it in front of hands because just like upward view, downward view, they're tough to illustrate, and most people are not really good at drawing from those angles. So that's A tier. All right, drawing the back. I don't really hear a lot of artists complain about drawing from the back view. Maybe from head to toe for sure, but not from the torso up. So I will put it in B tier. I'll put it in front of, I'll put it, that's tough. I'll put it the lower end. I'll put it in front of feet. Put it in front of feet. So let me just bring them closer to each other. Scoot, 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 scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot. All right. And let's see what else we got. Action pose. That has to be a S tier. Yeah, action poses. Definitely difficult to do, especially with hands. Look at the way the person illustrated those hands, and in the pose itself, you got to be really good at gesture drawing and making sure everything is proportionate, right? The anatomy is right. That's definitely S tier. In fact, I will even put that in front of just drawing from head to toe with an action pose. I will put that in front of it. That's one of the most difficult, in my opinion. Because once you captivate that, you captivate the full essence of the particular person. That's your drawing. All right, moving on. Drawing eyes. Eyes, eyes, eyes. This might be a hot take, but I'm going to put eyes in front of profile view. I don't think drawing eyes is as difficult. Honestly, unless you're trying to make it photorealistic, but even so, eyes you could kind of get away with. Actually, you know what? Let me flip it. I'm gonna say the side view is more difficult than drawing eyes. Drawing eyes to me and for certain artists out there, is pretty easy. It's not one of the most difficult, in my opinion, to draw. And last but not least, we have just drawing a face in front view. Drawing a face. Drawing a face in front view, I will personally put it in... It's definitely not D tier because... And it's definitely not behind just drawing an eye, right? Drawing eyes is definitely more difficult than that. I may have to toggle a few stuff. I will move the feet, and I'll put the feet in C tier, and I'll put the face up here. And let me bring that closer. Hair, mouth. Now mouth has to be in B tier. Face itself should be in B tier. In fact, some people could argue by saying a face should be in A tier because certain people are not really good at drawing faces, right? Especially if it's realistic. I'm gonna move drawing female harder than just drawing hair because this means more difficult getting closer to A tier. Drawing mouth will be there. Drawing hair should be there. Face expressions will have to be there. Drawing a back view. Let me actually move back view to C tier. Bring them closer. And the face. I mean, this is the basics right there. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. Honestly, I think that works. Just bring them closer, like them scoot over, scoot over, and yeah, okay. So the S tier, action pose, head to toe, drawing someone from head to toe. S tier, A tier, upward view, downward view, drawing hands. B tier, drawing a female, drawing different mouth expressions, drawing hair. You know what? Let me move this one. In fact, let me move this right here. Because face expression should be more difficult than drawing a mouth because that's literally the whole combination. And I'm gonna move. I'm actually gonna move the hair all the way down there. Actually, okay, yeah, I think that works better. So yeah, drawing a female, drawing face expressions, drawing mouth expressions, drawing of just a basic front view of someone's face, right? Just the head from front view, drawing hair, B tier, C tier, drawing the back, drawing the feet, drawing the side view, drawing the eyes, and then D tier was the easiest, is drawing ears and drawing nose. So what do you guys think in the comment section below? If there's any other body parts that I've missed, let me know. I wouldn't mind making a part 2 of this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.